Welcome to Le Podcast de Philippe. Today, we're going deep, deep diving into the human side of this AI boom.
Okay.
It's all over the headlines, right? These incredible new AI tools.
Right.
But we're going to look behind the scenes, all that pressure on the researchers at, these big companies like OpenAI, Google. What's driving this crazy pace? What could it mean for the, the future of AI?
Yeah.
We'll also, look at the downsides of this pressure, like burnout and, and how it affects the quality of these systems.
Right.
But before we jump in, make sure you subscribe to the podcast on YouTube and like this video.
Absolutely.
So it's interesting, right?
It is, yeah.
Everyone is, we're all so excited about what AI can do, all the potential, but we never really stop to think about the human cost.
Yeah, we don't think about the people who are actually building it, right?
Yeah, and the articles that you shared really paint quite a different picture.
Yeah, they do.
Behind all the hype.
A much darker picture in some ways.
Yeah.
They really highlight how much pressure these researchers are under. I mean, we're talking like crazy hours a week.
Yeah.
Fierce competition, just this constant fear of being left behind. It's like a pressure cooker.
Yeah.
Which, obviously leads to burnout. And then it makes you wonder, can this field even continue?
Yeah, it really makes you think, when you hear about a company's stock dropping $90 billion.
Oh, wow.
Just because of a little bug in their AI.
Right.
It really brings home just how high the stakes are.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And that was, Alphabet we're talking about, Google's parent company.
Right.
They had that problem with their Gemini AI.
Yeah.
That kind of financial pressure, it trickles down
Right.
to the researchers.
Right.
It creates this feeling like we got to rush.
Yeah.
Always got to be ahead of everyone else.
It's like a never-ending race.
Yeah.
Especially with these, with websites like, Chatbot Arena, which ranks AI models publicly.
Oh, yeah.
That just adds a whole other layer of pressure, doesn't it?
I mean, imagine knowing that people are always judging your work, comparing you to others in public. It's no wonder people are stressed.
So we're seeing this huge pressure, right, fueled by the money, the competition between, OpenAI and Google and everyone else, this constant need to stay ahead.
Right.
But what does it actually look like for the people doing the research, day to day? What's it like for them?
I mean, some of the stories in these articles are pretty scary.
Yeah.
We're talking people working all night, no weekends, crazy stress levels.
Yeah.
It's normal for them to be working 6-7 days a week.
Oh, wow.
Just to keep up,
Yeah.
And what happens when you work like that for so long?
Yeah. What's the long-term impact of that?
Burnout.
Yeah.
It's a huge problem.
Right.
We see really talented people just leaving the field. It's just not sustainable.
Yeah.
And, when people are exhausted and overworked, they make mistakes.
Right.
And that really worries me,
Yeah.
Thinking about the quality and the safety of the AI they're building.
It is a scary thought when you think about it like that.
It is.
A bug in any old piece of software is one thing.
Right.
But with AI, we're talking about systems that could be making decisions about, like, healthcare, finance, transportation.
Huge decisions.
The stakes are so much higher.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's not even just about bugs, right? If it's all about speed
Yeah.
and being the first one to do something, then you start to forget about the ethics of it all.
Do you think there's any way to fix this? I mean, can we push the boundaries of AI, but also, protect the people who are developing it?
That's the million-dollar question right there.
Right.
Well, there are some good ideas out there.
Oh, yeah.
Like some organizations are making support networks for researchers, giving them resources, a place to talk about their experiences.
Yeah, just knowing that you're not the only one going through it.
Exactly.
That must make a huge difference.
I think so.
What else are people doing?
There's also, some folks are starting to rethink this whole academic calendar thing.
Really? What do you mean?
Like, imagine spreading out the conferences and all those publications throughout the year.
Oh, I see.
Instead of cramming everything into, a few crazy months.
Right.
It could make things a lot more manageable for researchers.
And wouldn't that be better for the research itself?
Yeah, I think so.
If people actually had time to, really develop their ideas and get feedback.
Exactly. More time to think things through.
Fewer mistakes.
Yeah. And maybe even, more of those really groundbreaking discoveries.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
It's about, encouraging good, solid research, not just whoever can do it the fastest.
I mean, a lot of this comes down to changing the culture, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, we shouldn't be praising the person who works the longest hours. We should be looking at who's doing the most impactful work, ethically,
Exactly. Work that actually makes a difference.
That change has to start at the top.
Right.
From the leaders.
The universities, these big tech companies.
They need to make it clear that their people matter.
Yeah.
Put well-being ahead of just churning out the next big thing.
It's been really eye-opening talking about this today.
Yeah, definitely.
It's obvious that there's a real human cost to this whole AI revolution.
I believe, yes.
But it's also clear that, there are ways to make things better.
We can fix this.
And we all need to push for a future where AI is developed, ethically and sustainably.
Couldn't agree more.
Thanks for joining us on Le Podcast de Philippe.
It was a pleasure.
Hopefully this deep dive gave you all something to think about.
Lots to consider.
Just remember, the future of AI isn't all about, algorithms and data.
It's about us.
It's about people.